Good morning, everyone. It's March 1st, 2024, and big hurrah for the 1st of March because it's only another 20 more days till the spring equinox, and I'm looking forward to seeing spring. I hope everyone else is, because it's been kind of a crazy winter, going from cold to really warm temperatures, setting temperatures for that matter. So it's going to probably be a very interesting spring, but I'm looking forward to it. So today, everyone, I wanted to come forward on a review on a few things that I've talked about before, because something came to my attention this past week. Our Canadian Parliament is trying to pass a bill right now for the different social media outlets, Meta and Facebook and all the other ones that we have, to protect our children more, for much stricter rules and regulations around them making sure that they take down posts that are inappropriate for our children. It's been a long time in the making. Everybody's been watching this. I know I've been watching it and so is my daughter, and because of course she's worried about the grandchildren too. Even though they try and put on the parental controls and everything, there's always something. And again, it's something that we all need to worry about, because here we have, and again, with all the stuff that's going on, we have the hackers that get in on everything, and on our financial institutions as well, stuff like that. So we have a rough road ahead of us, because our technology has just soared so fast that we haven't been able to catch up with everything. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit, of what our Parliament's trying to pass right now. Whether it's good, whether it's bad. It may be a bit of trial and error once it is put in place. But it's so important that we protect our children, because as you've heard me speak about this before, my connections with community and how community is so important. It was interesting, after they were talking about what Parliament's trying to pass, a psychologist came on the CTV News there, and he was talking about the problems that we were dealing with, and that was one of the strangest things that actually came up from a psychologist, the importance of community and how we were losing our sense of community, just like I've been trying to explain to everyone too. And he said this is very important to the children. You know, it takes a community to raise a child, and unfortunately we're losing those very important connections because we're so glued to our technology. I mean, I can understand it. I mean, I love doing the videos and stuff too, and I love to inform people of what my views are and what I'm seeing in the world. I think it's interesting for people to understand that we all have different opinions and different views coming from different directions at the same time. But I think it's very important for us to protect our children at this point. And it has me worried as a grandmother. And I'm not the only one. It certainly has us all worried what the future is going to hold with this technology. And it's not like when we were growing up, especially our baby boomer age, where we went out and played from morning till night, and coming in at night, we may have had a curfew, but most of us, our curfew was. And it's kind of interesting because I get a lot of these old pictures and people asking me, what does this mean or what does that mean? And for my curfew, and for many of us that had a curfew, as soon as the street lights went on at night, that was a signal that we all had to go home. And we look at the light and go, oh, not again. We have to wait till tomorrow. Oh, well, we all said our goodbyes and we all went off home. We weren't into any trouble or anything else, but it was nice. At least that was a good signal. It came across strong as soon as the street lights went up. That was it. Time to go home. Dark's coming. So, there was so much that we could do as children and so much freedom. And when I see these old pictures, even in black and white, and I'm into historical things. I love history, and I've got all these different things that I find fascinating, which I can get easily on the technology today, which is wonderful to be able to get. And I realized just how different my childhood was and the baby boomers generation was, and how fast everything was being invented, even on us, and trying to keep up with it. But it's that one-on-one communication that we've lost with ourselves. You know, you can't hug a computer. Maybe you can talk, or like I'm talking to you and you can see me, but it's not the same thing as talking one-on-one. And this also gives people predators online to hide behind our technology, and that's not right. It means that we have to come up with more inventive ways of protecting our children and finding these predators and things online that we need to protect our children from, and all the stuff that's going up that they're getting into that they shouldn't be getting into. And so it's a really big job that we have ahead of us. So I don't know where this is going to go, but hopefully we can give our children a break from it. And that's why I always say, well, maybe as seniors we can do something, go into school and do something, maybe have a grandparent day, for example, and maybe be able to go and read in a classroom just to the children. Or go and maybe some of us have some of the old technology, like I've got my old typewriter, and I know that was one of the things that I saw online, and people were asking, well, what is this? You know, and I look and I start laughing, and today I'm glad I had the typewriter, because I certainly know the keyboard, so at least when we transferred over to the computers and the stuff on the keys, at least I know where the keys are. But the kids don't know what these are, so it'd be kind of nice if someone, like, as a grandparent day, maybe just took in an old typewriter, for example, and just showed the children what a typewriter was, and maybe have a conversation about a typewriter. Just sometimes the simplest things that we have. And I know, and you know, you see like the old washboards. Well, that's where our grandparents had to basically wash our clothes, was with the tub and the washboard. And then, of course, they showed a picture of the Wringer washing machine, and they were asking if people could identify that. And of course I could, because yes, I used the Wringer washing machine with my mom as a child until the more modern washers and dryers came in. So there's so many things that we can do, but it's scary, because what happened after that came out with the psychologist, I've already told you about another incident a week ago, when I told you about Amanda Todd and her committing suicide because of being bullied online, and I want to retouch on that, because another mother came forward, Rehtaeh Parsons. She was another young teenager bullied online, and she committed suicide. And her mother was just talking a few days ago, and she came on and she said, I'm still worried. I've got a younger daughter right now who's also getting bullied online. So we have to be really, really, really sharp, really up to date. I really feel that the seniors need to come back and really, if you've got grandchildren, hug them close. Let them know that you're there for them, because that's what I am. I will always let my grandchildren know that I'm there for them. If they need me, I'm there. And, you know, I'm into the technology too, but for me, everything else is not as important as my grandchildren, because let's say an emergency call came in. I love to carry my phone on me 24/7. I need to, because I'm the emergency number for my grandchildren. So technology, if I was in the middle of a taping and I saw an emergency call come in for my grandchild, I could tape it later. It wouldn't matter to me. The important thing is my grandchildren, making sure that they're looked after. If one of them ended up in the hospital, my daughter's got 5 children. If one's in the hospital, she needs someone to help her definitely look after the other 4, while she and her husband have to attend to a grandchild. So there's things that we don't see today, and this is why it's horrible when grandparents are sometimes put away into the old age homes and that, when they could be so useful. And I just wanted to remind people of what I've talked about before in my acting group, with those books that I've read out of, with my stories and that, with the seniors. You know, we went into the schools, public schools sometimes, and we actually did playback theater for the children, and they all got talking and that. So they really enjoyed the value of the seniors. So it was through us that we arranged, there was a seniors residence about 2 blocks from the school. All the children walked over there, and we had a blast that day, because we just bought the simple clay, ordinary flower pots, and we painted them that day. And the school was thinking, that'd be a great thing, maybe once a month, just going over and doing some kind of a little project with the seniors. So there's all kinds of things that we can do to combat our technology, just to bring people back down to earth. And our children really need to be brought back down to earth, and know that somebody cares, because it's really difficult on the parents with the high cost of living today. You know, two parents have to work. They're scraping the ends to make ends meet. The children are kind of getting left behind in a way at the same time. So those of us aunties, uncles, anyone who can fill in even within the family, because don't forget, it takes that village as well. If you've got a family or a large family, everyone needs to get together. So it's not just for Christmas or Thanksgiving or special holidays that we need to get together at certain times of the year. We should be doing this all year round. So it's just, I wanted to give a little spill again today, because I just see this, and I think with the children that are prone to committing suicide, like Rehtaeh Parsons and the other girl there too, that committed suicide, you know, we need to help these kids. They need us. They need all of us. They need to get away from this technology, and we need to find better ways to protect our children from this, because this is a horrible thing to see. And when you're that vulnerable, then you're vulnerable to the drug dealers and the human trafficking and everything that goes along with it. They're so down. They don't know. They think, oh my God, this guy's paying attention to me. Next thing you know, he's greeting them. They're giving them gifts and everything else. And they think, oh, I got a boyfriend. And the next thing you know, they're in human trafficking. So we really need to think about what the road we're going down, and what we can do to try and combat some of this. So again, I just wanted to give you a little spill today. Everyone, take care, have a nice day, and we shall talk again soon, and bye-bye.